Now, um, Ugas and yeah, Jordanis Ugas and Danny Garcia, they great boxers, but ain't like they just top. For example, and it's getting harder and harder for Spence. And Spence, our favorite. Spence, and Spence did hear this, and I don't want Spence to be like, oh, they hating, whatever. Oh, they just talking, they clowns, all these clowns and all that. And we with Spence. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand that, though. We with Spence, though. We right there with Spence. And Spence is our favorite. We like to be honest. We like to protect, our favorite. And I don't want Spence to feel some type of way, just because, there's pressure on him. Even if he didn't feel the pressure, I think he might want to be cautious. I'm just, but Crawford isn't. Excuse me, Crawford isn't Ugas or Garcia. And I feel like Crawford could defeat Ugas, and Garcia, for example. But Garcia will hit Crawford with some pretty hard shots, though. Crawford would give Crawford a problem, but I'm saying I never said that he can defeat Crawford, because Crawford is pretty slick or whatever, and he know when to kind of stay out the way. But when it comes to a dogfight, Crawford don't really like dogfights. But if you want to make it a dogfight, he'll make it a dogfight. But he don't like dogfights, like until he get used to his opponent, and then he be able to get into a dogfight or whatever. So just starting out with the dogfight, Crawford don't too much. He'll probably try to hold and try. But anyways, now when it comes to shots, I've seen Crawford shots. They kind of swift. They ain't extra hard, but they kind of hard, yeah. And he hit kind of harder than Spence, yeah. Crawford do, yeah. And Spence our favorite, and Boots and Ortiz, but like I said, we talking about Spence and Crawford right now. I just feel like Crawford has a chance, also Spence, but I'm saying but Crawford isn't just gonna let Spence do what he wants to do, though. You know, Crawford know when to swing, throw them them swing shots, and I can see Spence rushing with the jab, just going. I can see Crawford being kind of smart, kind of going away, kind of back, and being able to, try to hold Spence. But if Spence, is able to hit Crawford quick, when Crawford try to hold, Spence quick, and like a hard shot, then yeah, that's a good one too. Now, but see now, now Crawford and Spence, we can already just break it down right now, Crawford ain't gonna use all his power and steam until middle rounds, maybe, so he can have enough built up, but he might just try to test Spence out. We try to read Spence out first, and Spence might get him with the jab and look for some shots or whatever. But Spence kind of like a basic boxer, kind of, and Crawford, he can switch whatever, whatever stance, whatever, and all that, So, when it comes to the middle rounds, to round 7, 8, 9, that's the rounds that you might want to look at when it comes to wanting to stop one another. So I believe Crawford would try to get Spence out of there. Maybe the 5th round, maybe he'll try to get Spence out of there. But Spence might be too smart. Who knows? So, but what I'm saying is, Crawford, he have a puncher's chance, And Spence is known to take you around the whole world. He'll probably take Crawford around the world, though, Only if Spence could take those shots. Can Spence take the power of Terrence Crawford is the question. When Eugenius Ugas hit Spence went back on them ropes, but Spence wasn't prepared, though. His mouthpiece came out when Ugas, boom, hit him when Spence came in. I don't think Spence was prepared, whatever. And I noticed that, and people be talking about that too. I noticed that, but now don't add that with it, though, with the conversation. When it comes to that was just a little mistake. I seen Spence was like, nah. He kind of looked down and he hit Spence with a boo, 1, 2, or whatever. With that big, I think it was a big right. I think it was a big right, something like that. But yeah, Spence went back on the ropes. And hit Spence the face, went back. Spence kind of smiling, and Spence, I noticed he like to get close to you too. Eugenius Ugas, yeah, he'll get close to Eugenius Ugas like that, about Terrence Crawford. Spence won't be getting that close to Terrence Crawford like that most of the time, unless he want to feel some steam, Now, if Spence can take those punches to Terrence Crawford, you is in trouble. That's all I'm going to say. But now, if Spence can't take the power of Terrence Crawford, then Spence could be in trouble. But I'm thinking Spence ain't the same. He's not the same Spence. He don't have the style to beat Terrence Crawford. I think. I just think he's not the same. But when he fought against Mikey Garcia, Spence was on time. Yeah, if Crawford would have a problem then, because Spence was more, yeah. But now he's, I mean, the shots could be kind of look like they soft, but some of them could look like they kind of medium to hard, but Spence can throw a shot. Might look like it's kind of like a little tap shot, for example. But but now with Crawford though, you might have to be really ready with Crawford. So but that's my take on it when it comes to these two guys. Two guys are great, and we feel like Spence should avoid Crawford